Harmonize with me and hold me tight all through the night. You're shining bright. I'm your oyster, baby. You're my pearl.
William!
Yes, Dom!
We are here!
In the Friendship Onion Studios.
Hey, not only are we in the Friendship Onion studio, but today we have a guest. And we don't have a huge amount of time, so we should...
We can't be messing around. What was that?
Shelf. Well, something fell on the shelf there.
Careful. Peeling the onion.
We should really just fire right in, but...
Yeah.
Should we do one miniature piece of housekeeping before we do?
Go on, Dom. Keeping how much fun are you to keep a house clean and true?
Hey, we've got a ton of questions, and keep them coming in because we will get to your questions eventually. We'll do an episode that's all about questions at some point, but we're just going to answer one. This is from Vic in Austria. Hello, Vic.
Hello, Vic.
Who said, what do you think of the meme below? And does Samwise Gamgee have a point or not? Now, hopefully at this point, we're putting the meme up on the screen via the gift of technology.
But not on the podcast.
The meme, I'll explain it. It is at the end of The Return of the King where Frodo has unfortunately passed out and lost control of his limbs.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
And Sam says, I can't carry the ring, Mr. Frodo, but I can carry you.
Up you get.
And he carries him up the hill.
Right.
And Andrew Nadeau, at the Andrew Nadeau on Twitter, above the photo, has said, Sam, being able to carry Frodo and not be affected by the ring means the ring doesn't understand transitive properties. So they could have just taped the ring to a mouse and then carried the mouse with no ill effect. The whole journey would have taken 20 minutes. Now, it's a good point. But I would think probably a less dynamic movie trilogy.
And if actually you made it 3 or 4 things away, like if you had stapled it onto a tarantula.
Poor tarantula.
Then tied the tarantula's legs around a mouse.
Poor tarantula.
Then put the mouse into the forward-facing pocket of a kangaroo.
Yeah.
Put the kangaroo into one of those, like a little trolley.
And then push the
and then just push
tarantula, mouse, kangaroo. All pulled.
Up the hill.
That would seem almost as hard as carrying a larger wood up a hill, I would argue. Whereas popping a mouse in your pocket and going for a stroll seems to be less.
I'm just trying to get it. I'm trying to get it further away.
I understand. Hey, William.
What?
Should we bring in our guest?
Come on, it's a fantastic guest. Why don't you read a little blurb for us, Tom, before we get started?
I'll read a little blurb about our guest. Brent Pella is a stand-up comedian and digital content creator and cast on VH1's Wild and Out. Brent's comedy videos have gained more than 100 million views combined to an audience of over 400,000.
That's a lot of people.
Across social media. Brent graduated through both the Groundlings and UCB, Upright Citizens Brigade. Improv sketch programs in LA and is best known for his viral impressions of Eminem, Joe Rogan, and California Governor Gavin Newsom, amongst others, as well as uniquely handcrafted video comedies or comedy videos that tackle everything from politics to spirituality, cultural trends, and more. William.
Let's welcome onto the Friendship Onion, Brent.
What a welcome.
Tom, here we have our beautiful guest for this week. Hello, Brent.
What's going on, fellas?
How's it going, Brent? Not only a beautiful guest, but Brent, you've... My God, will you stop moving around?
Everything's touching everything.
You're causing the earthquakes now.
Sorry.
Brent, you've brought us gifts. Let's talk about this
I come
wonderful
bearing
gift.
gifts.
Thank you.
Yes, bro. This is the Friendship Onion, so I figure the first layer could be made with a gift.
What a lovely thing.
You know?
And if it's the gift of booze, then it's even better, Brent.
Tis the gift of booze. This is a rosé wine brand that I've been working on for the past couple of years.
Vibe.
It's called Vibe Rosé. Super stoked. Excited that it's finally out. I brought you each a bottle.
So sweet.
Yeah, man.
Now, as someone who obviously is behind... It's chilled as well. Someone who's behind this company. Tell us, what defines this above all the other rosés out there?
There are many rosés out there.
Oh, there are.
Many rosés.
A rosé by any other name would smell as sweet.
This is
I don't
true.
think that's what they say.
Is it not?
Well, it's close.
Yeah.
A lot of rosés. I grew up with rosé. Not grew up because you're not supposed to drink under 21.
Yeah, good
but
point.
my whole family's Italian, so they kind of introduced me to rosé early on, and
Bella Bella.
then I just kept coming back to it. I'm a wannabe wine nerd, and coming out of 2020, I wanted to do something else to help people stop yelling at each other on Twitter,
Right,
and
yes.
just kind of connect in real life and look each other in the eyes again, you
Yeah,
know.
lovely.
And so I take a lot of what I do in like the comedy space and the live event space, and I wanted to put it into this brand and this product with the mission of creating something that's a little more high energy. Because a lot of rosés, they're a little bit standoffish, a little bit fancy, a little bit highbrow. I wanted this to be a little more approachable, relatable, and kind of synonymous with live event culture and
Nice.
people going out and
An
having a good time.
accessible rosé.
An accessible
Where do you
rosé.
get it? How can people get it?
Yeah, it's at viberose.com,
Viberose.
VYBROSE.com. Promo code is Vibrate with a Y.
Lovely.
But yeah, the juice comes from Napa. It was a crazy process to get going, and
Bet.
you know, it was my first
Brent,
step into
sir,
that part of the world. But
Would you mind if I cracked mine open and had a little drink?
I
Really?
would be offended if you didn't.
See? You want to offend our guest?
No, I
So-
wouldn't want to offend anyone.
Johnny,
Or unfend.
is there any glasses, for instance, that would be absolutely
Maybe we
de
could share
rigueur
it.
for a rosé?
Well, Brent, I've known
Yeah,
Billy
man.
for 20 years now, and one of the real kind of epochs in Billy's life is to run. Correct me if I'm wrong, William. To run a roasting hot bath, like almost as hot as like molten lava.
Oh, look
Thanks,
at
Johnny
that's
Clues.
perfect.
And
Right,
to
perfect,
dip
yeah.
himself into that, thanks, Johnny Clues, to dip himself into that bath over the course of about 25 minutes because it's so hot he almost scolds himself.
Really hot.
Then
Good.
On
he
my
put-
butt.
on his bum and his genitalia especially.
Good.
Then he puts on either the Divine Comedy,
Lovely.
possibly an old LP from Annie DeFranco.
Ooh.
Light some candles.
Or,
Yeah,
with,
go-
our,
please.
with our guest here,
Yes.
Dean Martin.
Oh, lovely Dean Martin.
Ah!
Yeah. When the moon hits your eye like
Like
pizza.
a big
Pizza
pie of pizza. Yeah.
He lights a few candles. One of those candles is an angelic version of Sean Astin looking directly, deeply into his eyes. And then, if you don't mind me saying, Billy,
Thank you. That's fine.
Billy likes to get absolutely rat-ass drunk. And his favourite way of getting drunk is on a rosé, so that when he stands up out of his roasting hot bath, he almost passes out.
Yeah.
And his wife has to pick him up, like Sam picked up Frodo in Lord of the Rings, and carry him to the bedroom. You love that.
Like a thing, like
While
a bag.
she whispers, "My precious."
My precious. Like a bag
whole
of
way.
washing, you know, when you've just got yeah. I tell you what, I can't wait. Let's have a go at this. Come
Great.
on.
Yeah.
that's
Cheers,
right.
bro.
Now,
Cheers.
cheers over there,
Cheers.
guys. I can't quite reach it
Let's
now.
have
I'm getting,
Oh, what a lovely bouquet.
I'm getting tones of, well, rosé wine.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's actually really smart. Are you trained?
I do have a very redefined nose because of all the surgery. William, what are you getting from that?
Well,
Wine?
plastic cup.
Yep. That was
And-
actually one of our ingredients too.
And is this, you're saying, is this Californian?
Yeah, California rosé.
Well,
yeah.
I tell you what, that is absolutely lovely.
That's lovely.
Brent, thank you so much.
This
That's-
actually
that's
tastes,
very
to
nice.
me,
Go
I'm
on,
going to
John.
have one more.
Just have a little sip there.
If I were to describe this rosé, I would say this tastes like a kind of accessible rosé, like a rosé that you've already known years
that
ago.
you've known forever.
Do you know what I mean?
That you partied with once and some crazy stuff happened and you
Right.
woke up and you forgot about all the stuff, but every time you see the rosé, you feel this connection.
Exactly. You had a
Yeah.
great night, and then you found out that she texted your friend, and it got a bit weird. But
got
then
a little
years later,
weird.
she was like, "I only texted him to ask about you," and you're like, "Oh, it's a misunderstanding."
Misunderstanding.
And then you go out for ramen, and you accidentally get a little fragment on your face, but she doesn't tell you, and then you go home
Yeah.
and you see, and you think, "How long has
How
that
long
been
has
on
that
there?"
been on
Right.
And that causes a fight between you.
Right.
But then you get married and have 4 kids. It's that type of drink.
That's the exact way my parents met. It's so
Oh,
crazy.
incredible.
That's
The
how we
ramen and
got here. There was
everything.
a little piece of almost done egg yolk on the chin
Make
from
that-
the ramen.
yeah, it's a classic love story.
What
Classic
made
love
you think
story.
about making a wine? What was the...
It was really just I felt like creatively coming out of COVID in 2020.
was?
And
Yeah?
I felt like I wanted to do more. I wanted to give people another reason to smile and laugh. Same way I do with comedy, but
Yeah.
I figured rosé has such a great crossover with the live entertainment space. So
Lovely.
just want to bring some more joy. You know,
And like I think of it as a sort of a French drink. Who drinks it in America? Rosé. Are you saying
girls named Ashley?
Ladies,
usually,
in the autumn time, right?
Yeah. Summer and fall.
Girls who maybe they'll
lovely.
take like a girls' trip together to like Salem and pretend to be witches together.
Right.
They'll all eat like treacle toffee and make really safe bonfires in the garden.
And they'll light candles in the shape of a pentagram and talk about each other's times of birth. And they'll drink rosé at the same time.
Wear cowboy boots.
Yeah, exactly.
Oversized scarves.
Big hats.
Yeah,
let's get like butch guys drinking it then.
Like,
How do we
you
do it?
mean?
This is fantastic.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Dudes can like rosé too.
Of course they
Yeah.
can.
I like
too.
it.
There's no rules.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Brent, what we really enjoy doing on this show is not only having people as yourself on the show who have clearly followed their passion and become successful, but we like to hear how that happened so that if there was someone at home who's possibly thinking about doing something that you do, you could provide like a little bit of a roadmap for them. So could you give us like a little kind of introduction as to how you got going in the business?
Absolutely, yeah. So I went to school up in Santa Barbara, and in college I was doing a lot of like silly videos, comedy videos. This was around the time the Lonely Island guys were really big, Andy Samberg and the Saturday Night Live guys.
Yeah. Right.
So they were a huge inspiration. So I was doing comedy music videos in college, and it was getting really popular around campus. And then I moved to LA, and I wanted to get into comedy, but I didn't know like what you're supposed to do to get into comedy. I was lost. I didn't know that stand-up was like a thing people did for a career. I thought it was like a side thing that actors did sometimes, right?
And to interject, were you the funny kid at school? Were you the class clown?
I was never even the funniest of my friend group. I still don't think I am. Because it's like, you know how when you're around your friends, there's that one guy that's just always hilarious?
Yeah.
Like you have that guy.
Yeah.
But he might not end up being the funniest guy on stage or like in a different environment. So there's still guys I laugh harder at than anybody laughs at me.
I remember
back
Jerry
home.
Seinfeld saying, someone was interviewing him, can't remember, and they said, were you the funny kid in your social group? And he said, no. But he said, when you're a kid, everyone's funny. Because
funny.
everyone's just trying to crack everyone else up. And you're all just like kind of being a little bit lighthearted. So he said, my entire social group was just full of goofs and comedians.
Yeah.
Which I think is probably true when you look back at it. Everyone's trying to make other people laugh.
Yeah, we're all trying to bust each other down in junior high and high school.
Right.
And so I moved down to LA. I started doing open mics. I was awful, just absolutely terrible.
Okay.
But I played sports my whole life. So I always had this very strong, like, competitive edge, too. And so being bad at something was, like, kind of exciting for me. So I completely dove in. My first job when I moved out here was at the Cheesecake Factory.
Oh, right. Where? Glendale?
It was the Beverly Hills Mall. The mall. What's that big mall called?
I don't know. I don't go to
On
Beverly
La
Hills.
Cienega?
The Beverly Center.
Beverly
Beverly
Center.
Center. Yeah.
There's a Cheesecake Factory in there.
It used to be the Grand Lux Cafe.
Right.
And then they closed down, moved me out to Marina Del Rey to the Cheesecake Factory.
Been there.
You know how other countries make you serve in the army for 2 years?
Yeah.
I feel like in America we need to make people work at a restaurant for 2 years.
Yeah.
Because you really learn a lot about life.
It does.
You know what I mean?
Rite of passage thing.
Yeah. So
when you were doing open mics,
yeah.
who were the very successful comedians that would come in and steal an hour from everyone trying to do open mic? Who was popping off at that?
Brent Morin is super funny. Chris D'Elia was at kind of the peak of his stuff. Yeah. Beth Stelling was around. People like Whitney Cummings were starting to really pop off like that. So I would see them sometimes at like some of the bigger open mics, and they would come in and drop a set.
And would these people be kind of gracious enough to kind of say, hey, this is what I would do. I do it like this. This is how it began with me.
If you asked,
yeah,
it's folks at higher levels are like moving so quick that they might have just popped in to do their set and then dipped out.
Sure.
Not for any mean reason, just they got
busy
stuff to do, right?
Right.
So I was doing a lot of open mics. I started at Groundlings and UCB, the sketch programs, and I was also doing a lot of PA stuff on the side as kind of a day job in addition to the restaurant work, and just kept making videos and kept trying weird stuff and kept like getting outside of my comfort zone, doing like celebrity impressions, topical sketches, things like that. And it all just kept growing and building together. And I'd say there were two real like moments that I saw good things happen. One was coming into 2020. I started doing a lot of like topical parodies, making fun of all the craziness that was going on. And then that caught the eye of Nick Cannon, who actually DM'd me on Instagram to invite me to join the cast of Wild and Out.
Very cool.
So yeah, all the video stuff that I just kept pumping out, like spending my last tip dollars from the Cheesecake Factory to make sure I could get this prop for a video and then be broke again, and just kept going. It finally ended with, getting a gig on my own. So
I was
kind of the
watching
whole
back
circle.
at a lot of your videos, and they're really great, really
Thank you so much,
funny,
man.
and really topical, and really, really interesting and kind of smart stuff. But did you? Who was making the videos? Did you have a little group of people, or were you totally there yourself, telling someone what to do? Like,
Yeah.
how did that build up?
Yeah, it definitely built over time, because I was a PA for so many years. I had like a firsthand look to proper union gigs, so I could see the hierarchy of the crew, and I got to like look over the director's shoulder at his storyboard and everything. And I took a lot of those lessons and I started putting them into the comedy videos. So even if it was like a 2 or 3 minute comedy video, I'd have a shot list, a storyboard. I'd write all of it myself.
All right.
And up until about 6 months ago, I was editing everything myself too. But now I have a DP partner of mine who kind of co-edits things with me.
Right.
And then maybe 2 or 3 people that I write with a lot. So we have a little unit out here,
And you always had you had an ability to do impressions, yeah.
Yeah, so
Did that come from school?
The first impression I ever did was Eminem.
Oh, yeah.
And
What, singing or talking?
rapping really angry, because he's always angry.
He is angry.
He's very mad. Like even if you gave him a glass of rosé, he'd be like, thank you. And you'd be like, I'm sorry, did I hurt you? So I started doing the Eminem impressions, and once that got picked up and really popular online, something switched in my head, and I was like, wow, I was always scared of doing impressions because it's so outside of my comfort zone.
Right.
But I saw some success, so I just started following that and testing different celebrities, different impressions. I'm not the best voice guy, but it was cool to kind of get out of my comfort zone and try something new. Yeah.
It's weird, right, with
Yeah.
impressions. Billy and I have talked about it before. There's a weird alchemy with impressions where sometimes the people that get the impression absolutely bang on perfect
Yeah.
isn't really what the audience are looking for. The audience
Yeah.
are very often looking for you to make what defines them completely extreme and
Yeah.
ridiculous. So if you're bang on, people are like, well, I could just go to the actual source. And
Right.
listen
I
to
could just watch
Yeah.
the guy.
what I'm looking for is something ludicrous and ridiculous, So
Yeah.
you have to kind of push it a little bit. And you do Rogan as well.
Yeah,
So what
that's
was
a fun
what
one.
was the thing what was the tag with Rogan? Like, what's Rogan's thing?
His
Eminem's
thing-
angry.
Yeah.
Elk meat.
Elk meat for sure.
meat.
Elk meat for sure. And he's always so curious about like anything. Like you could tell him, you could describe how you're drinking a glass of water, and he'd be like, whoa,
Yeah, tell me about
so the water just kind of goes through your face hole. And he'd like break it down so specifically. But I mean, he's the dad for people who don't have dads, for guys in their
Yeah.
20s and 30s that don't have dads.
Yeah.
And I think he's great. And
Yeah, I think
fun-
Rogan's
fun
he's
at-
fantastic. And
Yeah,
one of my favorite things about Joe Rowe is
Joe Rowe, that's what I call
Joe
him.
Rowe, yeah, is he just kind of lets it all hang out. He's
Yeah.
like, look, I hunt. Of course, you have strong feelings about hunting.
Mhm.
I eat meat. You might have strong feelings about meat as well. But every so often, I'm going to have like a cutting board with really bloody elk on it.
It's so
and a
bloody,
bunch
dude.
of like chili peppers, and I'm like a man. And for breakfast, I'm going to eat hunks of flesh and hot chilies,
Yeah.
and then jump into a sauna for 3 hours at like 250 degrees.
It's bananas.
Those photos of him where
It's
he
so
comes out of the
crazy.
sauna and he's like,
He looks like a melting bean, dude. It's wild.
I love it.
Yeah,
He's
it's
brilliant.
so funny.
But he's caught fire because I think of that authenticity. At no
Yeah.
point has he said, I'm going to trim off the edges, And also, he's obviously a huge fan of MMA and obviously quite a gifted kickboxer back in the day. I listened to some of those pods, but my favorite pods that Joe does are these people working in the kind of almost experimental elements of medicine. So people
Yeah.
who are really trying to work with different modalities that at this point are still a little out there.
Yep.
And they're taking big risks, big leaps themselves personally. Like Paul Stamets is amazing.
Paul Stamets is
Michael
incredible.
Pollan is
Zach Bush.
fantastic.
Do you follow Zach
is
Bush?
great,
Yeah. So Zach Bush changed my whole perception toward water.
Yeah.
So now I try to only drink like fancy waters now.
Nice.
Yeah, but it's great.
What's he saying about water?
He says he had a podcast with Aubrey Marcus. Do you know who Aubrey?
Yeah, the On It
Marcus
guy,
is?
right?
Yes, the On It guy. And they dove into a conversation about the structure of water as it pertains to how we consume water in this country and how we've set up our water systems to basically force water through these unnatural movements, through these unnatural processes of going through pipes, 90-degree angles, forcing water through small holes. And I'm not the scientist, so everybody should definitely go listen to somebody else. But the recap was like, when you do that to water, it reforms the molecular structure of water, and it takes away any natural nutrients or electrolytes that could be in there.
Oh, no.
Magnesium, potassium, sodium, which water naturally picks up when it's going down mountains or springs or whatever. And that's why spring water is supposedly better than purified or tap.
So spring water will they have, is it? That's the
Yeah. So he was
Spring.
harking on spring water a lot. But
I mean, what are we? More than 70% water.
76% water.
Is that from that body book? Yeah.
Could be.
Nice.
So Billy's been reading the same book. For
It's actually from an Amy Mann song.
Oh, is that right? 76%.
76%.
Oh, is it Annie DeFranco maybe?
Yeah, it could be either one of those two. So if we are a massive percentage of us is water and we're introducing that into our body, it should be the best version that it can be.
More than
Right,
50% of you isn't actually you.
It's water
No, it's other things.
or elk.
No, it's other animals, little tiny things living on you, bacteria and stuff.
Oh, yeah, like microscopic organisms.
So if 76% of you is water and over 50% of you is organisms, you basically don't exist.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Billy, you just got really intense.
That's a trip,
You got
man.
very Joe
Sorry about
Rogan there, Billy.
Yeah.
Did
I
Give
have
me
pe-
some milk.
That's the Vibe Rosé flowing through your veins
I've-
right now.
I tell you
I've
what, is
people-
that made with spring water, I hope?
Spring water and a hit of LSD.
Oh, lovely. That's why Billy went ape shit there. I have people, talk my ear off quite a lot about animals. I'm obsessed with animals and had a nature show for a few years. And people will come over and say, the usual stuff. I'm scared of snakes. I'm scared of spiders. I'm scared of bees. I'm scared of wasps and bats and stuff. And I say, keep in mind that the vast majority of those animals, even if you're in the same room as them, have no idea that you exist. But similar to what you said, Bills, I was like, we have animals that live on our face all the time. When you wash your face, they don't come off. They live in our eyebrows. They live in our eyelashes. They keep our eyelashes and eyebrows clean. And if they weren't there, you'd have problems with that part of your body.
Yeah.
And they freak out. And I said, you're only freaking out because you know that. If you've not known that for 25 years, so connect to the idea that the natural world is a huge part of us. We are part of the natural world as well. And just relax into it. It's the problem comes up when people are tense about it. I'm really scared about spiders. And you're like, well, there's not a spider now. And I understand if there was if I was holding on to a tarantula, you might have a reaction. But even just talking about it makes them feel tense. So you're creating these pathways in your brain of every time I mention the word spider, I feel tense. And they say, how do I fix that? And I say, you should go research great things about spiders, research what they do for our planet, research positive things, and retrain those pathways in our brain. And then you'll feel a little bit more empowered. You don't have to keep a spider, but you should definitely not be absolutely losing your marbles when you see one in your bathroom.
Right.
That's where they live.
Because it's not there to consciously harm you.
Not at all.
It's just a part of the world.
Right.
It's a part of the natural flow of things.
Right.
So yeah, retraining your pathway to overcome fears like that, it only opens you up to more opportunities to shine.
Absolutely. So Brent, you started doing these videos that started to kind of become popular and gain some traction. From that point, when you started to gain a strong online following, did it change your stand-up comedy audience and routine?
Yeah, it did, which was really funny because it was mostly during 2020. I had never done political comedy prior to 2020, and then COVID hit, and I wasn't the biggest fan of the mandates, and I saw some other things like that our beloved Governor Gavin Newsom was doing, like the curfew type stuff and just his kind of hypocrisy a little bit. So I wanted to poke fun at that because I didn't see very many other people poking fun at that. I saw a lot of folks, especially in mainstream comedy, are making fun of Donald Trump for being loud and orange. And I guess it's great. We should make fun of Trump, but we should make fun of everybody. And everybody deserves to have a target if they're doing something silly.
Yeah.
And so I started kind of dipping into that. And it's the same fear thing. I was nervous about doing it, but the more I did it, the more comfortable I felt because I felt like I was being more authentic to my sensibilities when it comes to comedy. And in doing so, my audience changed and only got stronger. And I started like attracting people to my live shows who would come up to me after and start talking about, hey, dude, I saw that video. That's so funny. Like, you're the only person who has a perspective that is similar to mine, or like, I love how you play both sides. And I never did it for the purpose of growing my audience. I did it because it felt most authentic. And the audience just started to grow naturally. So I was pretty stoked on kind of that natural growth.
Does it feel though, when the sort of internet, YouTube sort of thing, once you do get some traction and people are like, oh God, I see how many views I'm getting, then do you feel pressurized? I need to get another video out now. And because I know I've seen a lot of people talk about this and they feel like, oh, it's just like this never ending. People want entertained all the time now. Where it used to be you would, if you had a good stand-up show, I could do you for 2 years. You maybe think of another joke occasionally, but you have to invent a whole little movie weekly or maybe
daily
even
now.
Daily.
It's daily. It's crazy. Because the amount of content that comes out, there's, like 100 million new videos per month uploaded to YouTube? Something crazy like that.
Wow.
Like there's millions per day.
Yeah.
And the pressure is something I've actively tried to not allow to, dictate my life or how I operate in the comedy space. And it's tough because it's a tricky balance. I want to be putting out content constantly for people, but I also want to put stuff out that speaks to what I truly enjoy or what I truly believe. And it's also tough because the big thing in today's content landscape is trying to stick to a niche. Everybody's got their own niche. Like this guy only does
this is what his
this type of comment. This guy only does like, straight to camera making fun of whatever. This guy only does like right wing or left wing or whatever it is. And I'm kind of all over the map. I got like a Jake Paul impression followed by a video about some bros that I grew up with, followed by a Joe Rogan impression, and it's just all over. But for me, I try to not pay attention to the pressure because it would start to make fuzzy the creative that I want to put out. Yeah.
And then on a kind of day-to-day basis, because obviously it's a job that you do you have a kind of set format of like, I'm going to tend to get into my material just after breakfast, or does it come to you when it comes to you, or like, how do you make sense of when to do it?
A little of both. I definitely try to sit and write for at least an hour every day, even if it's just free writing, journaling, whatever it is. But I take a lot of notes in my phone, especially traveling. If I see something silly, I'll write down a note. And then when I get to my computer later, I'll try to flesh it out. And it's also different for stand-up versus video stuff. There's a lot of intersection. I'll take a lot of characters from my videos and integrate them into the live stand-up show. But I do a majority of my writing for stand-up just live and in the moment, kind of improvising. Yeah. So the rest of the writing is at the computer. Yeah.
Nice. And who would be on your Mount Rushmore of stand-up comedians?
Oh, that's a
you
great
guys all
question.
sit around and...
Yeah. Are you guys comedy fans too?
Yeah, I like stand-up.
Yeah.
Now, how many people are on Mount Rushmore? Is it 4?
I think it's 4.
All right.
I think it's 4.
I can do that.
Yeah.
I can think of 4 comedians. I like.
4?
I've got 2.
Oh, man. I'd say...
Got 3 now.
Have you?
Well, I've got 4. All right, I'm
You
going to do
have
my 4.
Okay. Do you want to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay, you go ahead.
So we don't throw you off.
Yeah.
Bill Hicks.
Right.
Nice.
Jerry Seinfeld.
Okay.
George Carlin. Richard Pryor.
Very good.
Nice.
Those are American. I've not included the Brits. Well, it's American structure.
Yeah. Do you have a 4?
Really?
4 American.
4 American stand-up comedians.
I'm opening it up.
Oh, you're doing worldwide?
Yeah.
Okay.
Controversial. You think in the United States they would put anyone that isn't American on Mount Rushmore, but you do your thing, William.
Right.
We'll build a new mountain
Yeah.
in international waters.
Yeah.
Billy Connolly.
Lovely.
Bill Hicks. Harry Hill.
Oh, you lost your mind watching Harry Hill one time.
Yeah, it was a stand-up in Britain,
Oh yeah.
and I had to leave. I thought I was going to pee myself. I was laughing so hard. So he gets up
That's a
there
good sign.
for that night.
Yeah.
Just for that one night, he
Yeah.
gets up there.
Loved it.
Eddie Murphy.
Oh, it's good.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna go George Carlin,
Oh yeah.
Eddie Murphy, even though he hasn't done stand up in a very
There's
long
rumors
time.
that he is going to, right?
Yeah, it's
been around for a while.
A couple rumors over the past few years.
Yeah.
So Carlin, Eddie Murphy, Bill Burr
Oh,
Nice.
is up there for me.
Very
for
funny.
sure. I love Richard Pryor, but I haven't watched enough of him.
Uh-huh.
I think if I said Richard Pryor, I don't think I'd be being completely honest. Just 'cause
Right.
I don't
I
know
like that
enough
you're
of him,
always trying
you
to
know
be
what I mean?
honest with
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah.
I like.
I try.
I
you
think
know?
it's good.
Yeah. So
Got
the
one
fourth
placeholder there.
Yeah, the fourth. If we're talking about greats, I guess Seinfeld, man, just because of the way he changed.
Yeah.
Pretty special,
He changed
Seinfeld.
stand up. You know,
Pretty special.
he really did something new.
And
I was watching some of your stand up as well.
Oh, yeah?
Very funny
Thanks, man.
and fast and energetic. It was really good and honest, as you're saying.
Yeah.
You did a very funny bit about people shouting at each other, but then it became making love,
Oh, was
and
that?
it was that was very funny.
Thank you, dude. Yeah.
You'd like it.
I'll watch it.
Yeah, I'll send you it.
We've been lucky enough to have a few stand-up comedians on the show,
Uh-huh.
and I always like to ask him, how do they deal with a heckler? Because everyone's
Oh,
different.
dude. So yeah, I have a couple of friends that get like really mad and angry, and they'll like put a heckler in their place. And I try not to do that because it causes this like weird tension.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I don't want to tell somebody to shut the. Can I curse here?
Sure.
I don't want to tell somebody to shut the up. You know.
Yeah.
I don't want to like be mean to them right away. But also, you kind of got to shut the up, right?
Right.
So, I try to get through it by actually like telling them straight up, as if we're talking one on one. If they keep shouting out, I'll be like, "Hey, man, you seem like a great dude. I would love to have a conversation with you later. I might even invite you on my podcast. But what you have to do right now is not make another sound for the next 37 minutes.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then everybody will kind of laugh a little bit,
Right.
and hopefully that's enough.
Mhm.
But it's definitely gotten to the point before where I've had to kind of lay the hammer down and say something to poke fun at them or roast them in a way to
A lot of times it's associated with someone maybe being a little drunk or a little
always
inebriated.
100% of the time.
Or
Yeah.
they're with a bunch of friends and they're trying to be brave. And very often I've seen when I've been at live comedy shows, or if you've seen anything online, as soon as the spotlight goes on that person, they then get a little bit sheepish. 'Cause
Yeah.
They're like, I didn't mean for the show to all be about me. And you're like, well, that's what's happening.
That's
right
what's
now.
happening. You did mean that,
Right.
because that's what you did. I had a heckler a couple of weeks ago at a show. I did this joke about Trump and Biden, and I said something like, it was like America is changing presidents from an old white guy to an older, whiter guy, and I did a couple other things like that, and everybody was laughing except this one woman in the front who was just looking at me with dead eyes, and I kept going with the bit. And she starts talking. She starts saying, like, you shouldn't be talking like that. You should. Why are you comparing them like that? That's so dumb. And she kept saying that.
Oh, wow.
So I eventually said, ma'am, fucking watch this. Hey, everybody, if you think this is funny, make some noise. Of course, everybody applauds immediately. And she's the only one that's silent.
Right.
And she got up and walked out of the room. And I could not have been more happy that she had left.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's just like she was a fucking
It's
succubus.
It's
just
there for
weird
the wrong
that-
reasons.
Yeah.
right?
It's weird that, isn't it? That what I mean, that's the Karen thing, isn't it? It's the
Yeah,
classic
it's
Karen
crazy.
that they bring all of their thoughts and what they think should be life to every social occasion. It's
Yeah.
so weird to walk into a comedy
And expect
club
it's going to be
and
tailored
expect
just
it's
for
going
you.
to be right for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, fair. If you want to get up and walk out, fair enough. If
Yeah,
you, if
yeah,
you,
that's your
but
prerogative.
why would anyone feel that this is okay for me to comment here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude,
That is the
entitlement is
weirdest-
crazy.
Yeah.
The entitlement is crazy.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's getting worse and worse.
Yeah.
Obviously, everyone feels like they have an opinion and that it's relevant. Like, obviously, everyone has an opinion, but social media has now created this illusion that if you have an opinion and you put it online, it's relevant and people need to listen to it. No, you might have a bad
Yeah.
opinion or a poorly educated opinion. It's
Yeah.
fine to have opinions, and we're all entitled to that. But sometimes your opinion is incorrect, and people need to know that. People think that, like Stephen Fry does this great stuff about being offended. I'm sure you've seen that, where he'll mention something and someone will say, I'm offended by that. And he's like, okay.
Yeah.
So what? Just because you're offended, it doesn't mean that I'm wrong. It
Are
means
you
that you're
physically
offended,
harmed?
right?
You know?
It's okay to be offended.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't make my point not right. It just means that you don't agree with it somehow. I feel bad I don't think he cares, obviously, but I feel bad sometimes watching Bill Burr because he's such a great comedian, has such brilliant material, but very often throughout his shows, with people who have come specifically to see Burr, he has to kind of say, okay, I'm now going to say something really upsetting.
Right.
It's a joke.
Right.
You've come to a comedy show. Like, just keep in mind that everything that I'm saying here is trying to make you laugh. And then he'll say something and the audience will be like, oh, and he's like, yeah, like.
Yeah. A lot of people think especially in the past couple years, it feels like people are using their opinions as a way to elevate their status above other people, you know, and you see it in reactions online to things, in the whole like cancel culture movement, which it doesn't really seem like it's happening anymore.
Yeah.
But it is that same energy of, oh, I don't think that's right, so let me put you down so that I look like a better person.
Right.
Right. And that happens a lot in comedy too, like the people that hate Dave Chappelle right now.
Right.
You know, or like that woman who walked out of my show.
Right.
She probably looked around the whole room and thought, all these people are beneath me.
Right.
I'm right here. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I'm going to
Crazy.
go home and make some lavender tea and just think about how good I am. And maybe I'll tweet about it and get 3 likes. And that'll be my day. You know?
Good times.
It's wild.
Billy and Dom eat the world.
Well, hey, William,
But
should we eat the world?
have you brought us anything? Have you brought an
I think
idea
you brought
or
us,
something?
you brought us an idea, haven't you, Brent? And then our
Because we
producer-
always like to eat something, and if we have a guest, then we normally ask the guest to bring something, you know, from their history or from family or from the country they grew up in, just something sort of that means something to them.
Dude, I should have cooked for
No,
this.
It's okay,
You don't,
because
we
I could've
have one of the
cooked.
great cooks
Johnny
here.
Clues.
do?
Our producer, Johnny Clues, is one of the greatest cooks in all Christendom.
Yeah,
Incredible.
He's cooked for us. But like Billy said, it's fantastic that you brought something that clearly means a lot to you.
Can you remember what you told them?
Yeah, dude. So I've also been cooking for a really long time.
Oh,
'cause,
nice.
Like I said, my family's Italian, so they kind of raised me in the kitchen. My mom taught me how to make handmade pasta when I was a kid. And a lot of people during COVID got into bread.
Yeah.
Right? There's a lot of bread.
So there's a
making.
lot of bread
A
making.
lot of bread making. I got back into pasta, so
Nice.
I started making a lot of pasta, and then I made like a separate food page on Instagram to
Wow.
take pictures of all my pasta dishes.
Wow.
Nice.
So yeah, and now whenever I go out to eat Italian, like me and my girlfriend are very picky now. We're almost
bet.
like restaurant food critics.
We were in Boston a couple of weeks ago there, and I had one of the best Italian meals.
Yeah,
Just
what'd you have?
know, when it's legit.
Yeah.
And it was the restaurant in Boston was called Limoncello,
Mm-hmm.
and it was just one of those great where the
Nice.
waiter
Thank you,
was
brother.
like, he was telling you about where the dish came from, you know, whose mother used to make it. Thank
Yeah.
you, John. And he's like, hey, the chef, he'd bring out a little plate, you know, half of this,
Yeah.
and say, the chef wanted you to taste this. And it was like a lasagna or something. It was
Oh,
just
that's so cool.
amazing, you
Oh,
know.
Yeah.
And he's like, you need a glass of wine? Yeah. I've got the very, and you know, you
John.
didn't really order. Just
They're just
stuff
leading
was
the show.
turning up. It was just,
Isn't that awesome?
oh,
You don't have to
man.
do anything.
It was just, and it just tasted like it was all made with love, and
Yeah.
the place was great. I loved it, and it's a good Italian meal just can't be beat,
It's
Oh,
the best,
that's
dude.
fantastic.
It's the
Right?
best.
right?
Yeah.
Well, so Brent, during COVID lockdown, what were your standout pasta things?
So I was doing a lot of homemade tagliatelle, which is like fettuccine, and meat sauce. A lot of meat sauce. A lot of steaks with vegetables, or a lot of like
Nice.
bolognese or like a ragu or something like that. And so I went to. It was my birthday. Celebrating my birthday in 2021. Me and my girlfriend went to a restaurant in Santa Monica based on a recommendation from a friend. And it ended up being awful. We walked in. It was a great recommendation, but we walked in, and like the plates were like cold, and the sauce tasted like ketchup or like barbecue sauce and ketchup mixed together.
No.
We had caprese, and the tomatoes were still kind of frozen, and the cheese tasted like chalk. It was so bad.
A lot of mistakes there.
A lot of mistakes, a lot of issues.
What's wrong with these
You know?
guys?
We won't
And
mention
so
that restaurant.
We won't mention it.
Don't mention the name.
DM me if you want to know.
Yeah.
And so we left. We said, hey, we don't really want to pay for this. This is awful. This is just not. We're not having a good time at all. So we left, and we went to a different restaurant that we had been to before, and we walked over. And this place is called Via Veneto in Santa Monica. And I walked up to the guy, and he said they were kind of full. And I begged him. I was like, dude, it's my birthday. We went to this other place. They were really bad. And he was like, oh, what's the place called? And I told him the name. And he's super Italian. And he goes, as soon as I said the name, he goes, come on, you cannot go there. Why you go there? We all know you cannot go. They got no Italians in the kitchen. Why you going to that place? That place is trash. You can't go there. What are you thinking? And he immediately sits us down. And I pull out my phone and I start showing him the photos on my food page to show him like what I've been making.
cooking,
Just as like, to be friends and let him know I'm here to eat. And he calls over his manager to look at the photos, and they start talking like super fast in Italian, like whispering to each other, scrolling through my Instagram page. And then the manager says, he goes, hey, what? So, I don't know what you do on the side, but if you're ever looking for a job, you could come cook with us. Maybe, you spend a week in the kitchen. We see how you do. And I was like, I don't know if I could change careers, but I really appreciate it. So I got offered a job.
Is that because you live in Santa Monica, William? Has that ended up becoming your favorite Italian in LA?
Yeah,
What's the name of it again? Because I'm going to go.
Yeah, Via Veneto. VIA
Veneto.
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 And what you suggested today is a classic American
An absolute
Italian
classic.
dish, the bolognese.
Here it goes.
Now, bolognese is from a region in Italy called Bolognese. Is that where this name comes
Bologna.
from? Bologna.
Bologna, Italy. Yeah, I think it's kind of central.
This is my wife's go-to in an Italian meal.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Mm-hmm. Now tell me.
Go on, Will.
You said that you did a lot of sport growing up. What sports?
Played basketball mostly. That was
Right.
my main sport.
Sizest.
Yep.
I
But you
don't
could be a point guard.
Gooder?
Yeah.
Really?
Tell him your issue
Muggsy
with
Bogues.
basketball, Willie.
The tallest guy wins.
Yeah.
Generally.
You know
Generally.
what I mean?
You could be quick and sneaky.
Here's
what was
my
that
thing.
I said to Billy, what about that guy Boykins? What was he, 5'5" or
Earl.
something?
Yeah, Earl Boykins. Muggsy Bogues was 5'3".
They should have a whole other league. Drop it a foot. No one's allowed in over 6 foot.
Yeah.
It's a faster league. It's a better game.
Yeah, we'll call it, instead of the NBA, it's the SBA.
What's that for?
Shire Basketball Association.
Right?
I'm loving it. I'm loving it so far.
Let's start it. You seem like a go-getter.
I'm in.
You make wine, you
I'll
do
coach.
food.
Yeah.
What's the name of your Instagram where we can look at your food?
Oh, the food stuff is Brent's Food.
Brent's.
All one word.
What a lovely imaginative
food.
name for it.
Yeah, man.
I'm going to read you a little blurb here about bolognese as
Go on,
you
Doc.
guys
I'm
chat
going
down.
to chew this, and I'm just going to take a tiny bit more wine.
Oh,
Yeah,
William,
do that.
would you mind just giving me a snifter?
Yeah.
Got a
Because,
little topper in there.
well, listen, wine and pasta, is there anything more
can't beat
incredible?
Vibe, Rosé.
Yeah, William, don't get me
V-
drunk and make a pass at me.
No, absolutely. Never do that again.
Yeah, just a snifter.
Nice.
Lovely.
Oh, yeah.
That will suffice.
I'll take a bit.
Tiny.
A little kiss, thank you.
So how did before you read that out,
Please,
Dom,
William.
just on the sport, how did pasta Italian and pasta every night, does that work with them?
You know what's funny is
Right.
when I was growing up, we were not as like health conscious as we are today.
Right.
Like we're talking about Paul Stamets and Zach Bush and holistic wellness, which, we love. Obviously you love that because you're wearing beaded bracelets like me.
Yes, I do.
And, and,
Very important.
but when I was growing up, we didn't know any of that.
No.
We didn't know it at all. We
Yeah.
had pasta dinner, like team pasta dinners the night before a game. We would all go to a kid's house, order a mad amount of spaghetti, garlic bread, garlic knots, pasta sauce,
Garlic nuts.
Yeah, like a knot of dough.
Oh, a nut.
fried.
I thought you said N-U-T-S. I was like,
Oh,
garlic
nuts.
nuts. Well,
And we would eat like this crazy amount of carbs and like processed food the night before a high school basketball game. I can't imagine doing that.
Crazy.
now,
there's professional, retired now, but retired professional football or soccer players who used to talk about an hour and a half before the game, the team would ask them to sit down and eat pasta and tuna or pasta and chicken.
Wow.
Which obviously I understand the protein element of it to a certain degree, but the pasta after half an hour or so, you're going to be...
Oh, you're gonna crash. Yeah.
Guys, I'm going to read a little introductionary blurb to the bolognese sauce.
Ladies and gentlemen, a blurb on the bolognese sauce, read by my friend, Mr. Dominic Monaghan.
Thank you, William. While the quest for the most traditional recipe leads to a much heated debate in the motherland, Italy, it is established that the history of the bolognese sauce started in the 18th century. The first mention of the term alla bolognese appeared in Pellegrino Artusi's cookbook, La Scienza in Cucina e l'arte di mangia bene.
Perfect job.
Thank you.
That was phenomenal.
Science in the Kitchen and the Art of Eating Well. Published in 1891. That is impressive. It is recognized as the most famous Italian cookbook of modern times and features nearly 800 recipes. Let me tell you, tonight, after this, I'm going to go on Amazon and I'm going to see if you can buy that book, La Scienza in Cucina dell'arte del mangia bene.
Here's what I'll do, Tom. I'll buy you. I've never
won't
bought you.
buy me
I'll buy
anything.
you. I have never bought him a book.
Yeah?
And
Never.
he buys me a book sort of every week.
I saw a book for him today and I was like, I'm not going to buy him 7 books in a row and have nothing to show for it. Well,
Get him
William,
that
that would be
one.
a treat.
I'll
Oh,
buy
yeah.
you.
How expensive is it? Is it an expensive book?
Do you know that book?
I don't know that book
I'll take a look.
particularly, but
I'll get you
I
out of all
recommend
then.
it. I would love that book.
Yeah.
How about notorious or famous celebrity chefs? Is there anyone in
Are
particular?
you finished with that? Was that the...
No, that was just the introduction. That was merely an hors d'oeuvre.
Because I felt as if I needed to know more.
I'll tell you more in a second, but
That
I
was
want
my
to ask
first
Brent,
layer of
is there
flavor.
anyone on TV where you think, you know what, actually that person's pretty good and they know what they're doing?
Oh yeah, Massimo Bottura.
Oh, right.
Do you know who that is?
I don't actually.
He's got restaurants in Italy. He's one of the biggest chefs out there. He's kooky, wacky dude, high energy Italian guy. Another thing I did during 2020 was watch a bunch of masterclass lessons. He's got a great masterclass lesson.
Oh, great, because I
What
subscribe
did
to
you learn?
Masterclass as well.
I learned. What did I learn? Isn't it funny? You watch a whole lesson and
Yeah,
then
and
you
then
come
you're
out of
like,
it, you have
no,
no idea what
like
you did.
who else did you do? You did him.
Did you do
What-
Gordon
did you do-
Ramsay?
Gordon
His one was
Ramsay?
Do
incredible.
Gordon Ramsay. I should.
Do Gordon Ramsay's, it's incredible.
I did this other woman who's like a home chef, so she does a
Right.
lot of like home, like kind of almost easy
Did all
southern
that.
recipes. I did
Songwriting.
I did a film production one,
Nice.
which was good, just to touch up.
I like the Scorsese one.
Yeah, that's the one I did. I think.
Scorsese
Yeah.
was great. There's a great Dustin Hoffman one about acting. He's a bit
Ooh, I gotta
wacky,
watch
but
that.
it's pretty
Sure.
crazy.
Oh, and then I did the astronaut one, dude.
To learn how to go to space?
Yeah.
Wow!
I want to do that.
Well, don't you
should
want to do
definitely-
that?
That's
Yeah.
my number one
Let me
thing
ask you
to
a
do.
question. If they end up making the trip from Earth to the moon into a vacation, like a possible vacation, would you do that? Just go to the moon?
Absolutely. Brilliant
If they,
idea.
if they
Without
gave-
hesitation.
Yeah, it looks great.
Yeah.
at this point in my life, I'm getting older.
Sure.
No.
If they said, "Look, we need somebody to go to Saturn, but it's a one-way trip," I would go.
You say yeah?
I'd go. I'd take my dog,
Uh-huh.
Bobby, and me and Bobby would go off because normally they send dogs up and they don't bring them back.
Right.
No, that's very sad.
They might start doing that with humans if they do.
I would like that too. There's also an Aaron Sorkin masterclass, and I think your favorite TV
Oh,
show
for
of all
writing?
time is The West Wing, right?
Yeah, I
Dave?
would say. I
He
would
talks
say
about
probably.
screenwriting, a very deep dive into screenwriting,
Sure.
but it's fantastic.
Yeah,
I was
he's
going to
great.
ask you something then. Oh gosh, I can't remember. It was something about cooking. Oh, I know.
Oh,
I'm going to go round the room.
oh,
That's Brent,
right.
William over there,
Right.
and myself. I'll begin just to give you guys a little hint as to what I'm looking for here. Your number one top tip in cooking. I'll give you mine, right?
Yeah.
This is basically a phrase, but it absolutely works. If you boil a soup, you spoil a soup.
Nice.
Never boil a soup. A simmer at best. Just going to leave that with you.
Great. Phenomenal.
Yeah,
tip.
yeah.
Phenomenal tip.
Thank you, Brent. William. Oh, Brent.
Mhm.
If you don't wash your hands, you'll probably kill your grands.
Brilliant. That's a good one, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Brenta?
Yeah, I'd say always taste it never waste it.
Oh,
Lovely.
How's that? I
Yeah.
just thought of that right now.
No, but that's great. Do you mean like taste as you go?
Taste as you go. Always taste as you go. And then I really try not to waste food. So
That's
like
lovely.
even scraps I'll try to put into a bone broth or
Brilliant.
something like that. Yeah.
I'm going to put you guys in a nightmare scenario that I was in
it's
this
not
morning.
like 15 cats and there's an oven getting turned hotter and hotter. And no. Okay, just checking. Go on.
I'd already cracked the eggs
Yeah.
into the bowl to make some scrambled eggs this morning. 'Cause I don't know if I've told you, I'm bulking up just now.
Oh yeah.
So
I was
going
gonna ask.
Yeah, I'm getting,
Sure.
so a lot of eggs. And Dom,
I'm listening.
I put the eggs into the bowl. I'm just about to make them. No salt.
Ooh.
I'll tell you what I did have.
Mm-hmm.
I had cayenne pepper.
Mm.
I had pepper.
Mm-hmm.
I had garlic salt.
Oh, yeah, that
Oh,
might
yeah.
do it.
Yeah.
It's extreme. It's strong flavour. Yeah.
And I had some cream.
Oh, and some cream. Did you
Yeah.
have any butter?
Probably,
did have
but you didn't
butter.
use it.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay. Did you have celery salt? No. I like a
No.
celery salt.
I only had garlic salt.
The garlic salt is great.
Can you use that
Yeah.
like salt?
I'm going to say, were you going to say the same thing? A little less than normal salt.
Yeah.
Sparingly, Bills.
That's what
Sparingly.
I did.
Don't make a habit out of it.
But does it give that effect that salt has where it brings out all the other flavors? Or does the garlic
The
just
garlic.
overpower?
The garlic is like a knife. In
Yeah,
that
the
balloon.
garlic's overwhelming.
Yeah.
But I would say
But
use
sometimes.
a quarter of what you would normally use for salt
Yes.
if in a bind.
That's
Yeah.
kind of what I did.
Yeah.
And I didn't really taste the garlic too much, but I definitely missed the salt.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't do it too often.
Now, William, let me ask you a slightly leading question here. You made scrambled eggs this morning.
Mm-hmm.
You mentioned just then that you put the scrambled eggs in a bowl
Mm-hmm.
to mix it all together
Yeah.
and then put it in a pan.
Mm-hmm.
Seems like you're absolutely forgetting the
The way
Gordon
you
Ramsay
made it.
method that I taught you, which William you said was the greatest scrambled eggs you've ever had in your life. Are you lying? Are you lying to me?
If you ask me, am I lying? I would have to say yes.
It's not the greatest scrambled eggs. you've ever had. Well, my crest has
Also,
fallen.
it takes a long time. Your method.
It does.
He does it very
Do you
slowly.
do the actual Gordon method with the
I do the
cold
Gordon
butter?
Ramsay. Yeah,
and all the things?
it is like Billy said. It's 20 minutes or so. But his thing is, crack your eggs directly into the pan,
Oh.
and,
Yeah.
and you have it on a low heat. As soon as it starts to grab onto the bottom of the pan, take it off, stir it, cool it down.
Yep.
What he's wanting is heat, cool, heat, cool, heat, cool. You do that like 4 or 5 times, adding butter and cream cheese or creme fraiche or something. It's incredible. But you've been lying to me for months now.
No, it was very good eggs. It was very good.
But
I-
not your favourite.
No, it might have been my favourite, but the pan was already on. I was running late, as you know,
Oh, he's got excuses now.
and there was no salt. I mentioned that before, and I just made it very fast.
All right. Hey, can I make a recommendation for you when you are now buying salt, possibly on the way home?
Yeah.
Will you invest in a lovely box of Malden
Ooh,
salt?
yeah.
Right?
I normally do.
Maldon.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
As soon as you have Malden salt, it's hard to go back. It's
Yeah.
beautiful, that salt.
Do you like Himalayan salt?
Love it.
Do you like
Anything that's-
sea salt?
I like sea salt,
Sea
but I
salt,
prefer
yeah.
anything volcanic, Celtic
yeah,
salt.
Yeah. Celtic.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm.
Gotta be a
Spring
fan
water,
of the Celtics.
Celtic salt. That's how I remember it.
Yeah.
Never get them confused. Never get Celtic water and spring
And
salt.
spring salt.
never.
No. You can't
Tom,
do
tell
William,
us something else about bolognese pasta.
I'll tell you something. Now, continuing on with...
This wine's delicious.
It's
Thanks.
fantastic.
that. Cheers, bro.
William, continuing on from Mr. What is his name? It doesn't say the first man. Pellegrini Artusi. So in his book, he says, in his bolognese, he added veal and pancetta,
Oh.
no mention of beef, as well as onion, carrots, celery, flour, broth, salt, pepper, nutmeg, and Parmigiano cheese. Small amount of cream added at the end of the preparation is optional, but recommended. Dried mushrooms. You love a mushroom, Billy.
I do.
Yeah.
But I was just thinking they're optional and optimal. You get those confused. You can really change
you could
things.
really be in trouble,
Yeah, you
Right,
can mess around.
carry on.
A few slices if you're feeling decadent of truffle mushroom. Fantastic. Or chicken liver can also be included for added flavour. From this recipe, the bolognese sauce evolved over the years with every cook putting their own spin on it, but basically staying the same. So much of that recipe doesn't have much in common with the original nowadays. But there's a few things that you kind of don't change. Your whole onion, carrot, celery, flour, salt, pepper, nutmeg. It's a very Moorish kind of comforting food, spaghetti bolognese. Do you think that's why your wife likes it so much?
I don't know. I think she just like it. And you know, when you've had a good one, you're like, oh, I'd like that again.
Yeah.
Look, could you grill her tonight? Could you sit her down? Face to face, maybe
Why
a couple of
do you
few.
like it so
Why
much?
Yeah.
do you like
Get the answer out of it.
Talk us through yours, Brent.
Yeah,
So
go on.
how does it
Yeah,
go?
it's funny, you know, in Italy, everybody thinks they have the best recipe. And even on one street, two ends of the street can make it completely different than each other.
Of course.
It's crazy. So mine, I actually use bison a lot.
Wow, you
Yeah.
are Joe Rogan.
You have Joe Rogan. Maybe you could do this bit as Joe
I'm
Rogan.
becoming
Could
the
you?
bit, you know what I mean?
Could you tell us how you make your bolognese as Joe Rogan?
Yes, man. So usually I get out of a 4-hour sauna just after I've finished doing 3 hours of Brazilian jiu-jitsu. And I'll go home and I'll start with a sofrito, which is celery, onion, and carrots.
Now that's a little reduction in the pan, is that?
That's just the veg.
Okay.
You wanna cook down the veg, get it caramelized, and evaporate the water. And then what I'll do is I'll add the bison, the fresh ground bison, to the pan, man. And we'll brown the meat, right?
Yeah.
Salt, a little bit of pepper, a little
Yeah.
bit of garlic in there too, man. And then what we'll do is we'll add tomato paste, highly concentrated. Jamie, can you pull up that link to tomato paste? Yeah, there it is right there. You guys ever seen a giraffe eat a bucket of tomato paste while it's being tackled by a wolf? It's wild, man. So I'll cook down the tomato paste in that mixture. Then I'll add red wine, about a half a bottle.
Lovely.
Big
nice.
fan of the
Yeah.
red wine. Let that cook down. Let the water evaporate. Let the alcohol evaporate. Turns into a syrup, man. And then we'll bring in the beef stock, bone broth. We'll mix that all together. We'll add the fresh herbs, typically sage, thyme, rosemary, some combination of those.
Lovely.
And then what we'll do is we'll cook that whole thing down until it's reduced to the point where if an alien came from outer space, they would see it and be like, Joe, I want to have sex with your sauce, man. And then we reduce it all the way down. And just before we bond it with the pasta, we add a touch of cream.
Lovely.
What pasta?
That sounds tasty. Yeah, what's your favorite?
Tagliatelle.
Yeah.
I loved that. That
Yeah.
made me hungry, and it was funny as well. I
Oh,
liked
great.
it all
I'm glad.
round.
It made me think about that now. Hi, Bills, from behind the TV. It made me think about that now. Iconic little scene in the first Godfather film where the guy's teaching Michael how to make a
Oh, with the
spaghetti sauce.
razor?
It's great.
No, that's Goodfellas.
Oh, that's Goodfellas.
But
Yeah,
remember in
yeah.
Godfather, Michael comes in,
Yeah.
and all the big boys are talking at the
Yeah,
table, and the
yeah,
guy's
yeah.
like, "Hey, Michael, come over here. Let me show you something. You take your sauces, you take your meatballs,
Yep.
a little red wine." And Sonny comes over. He's like, "Hey, leave him alone. He's not a cook. He's one of us." But it's brilliant because if
Yeah.
you follow that recipe, you're gonna have a good pasta
That's
sauce.
phenomenal. Yeah.
Hey, should we give it some scores?
Yeah, we always score it, and I think John did a really good job because it's not easy.
John,
To
we've all
make
finished our.
something-
We've completely finished our plates.
Making something ahead of time, and it's you want that fresh, don't you? You want it.
Oh,
fresh
yeah,
out
yeah.
of the
But this
thing,
was great.
Fantastic.
Can I give you
Yeah.
a little spoiler that it was made with Beyond Meat?
Wow, no real
Ooh.
meat in there. Lovely, very healthy as
Interesting.
well.
Was it also made with love? Could you tell us, John?
Was it made with Beyond Love?
Or just like
Beyond Love,
a
exactly.
certain
Beyond
amount of
love.
like in there.
Yeah.
That's good.
Okay, now are we scoring this bolognese or bolognese in general?
I think it has to be this.
this one.
Don't you think?
Okay.
Sure.
Taste.
Yeah, we do.
or
We use three
flavour.
categories.
Okay.
First one.
This is out of
taste.
10,
Taste.
Brent. You can use
Yep.
decimal points if you
Great.
like.
I'll
It's
show you
not
how I
necessary.
would do it.
Hang on.
I'm going to give that. John, it was delicious, but
There's a
as
butt
far
coming
as
in
the
here, John.
bolognese goes, I like a bit more sauce. Pasta was slightly too al dente for me,
Oh, you're quite
but
full of criticism today.
and it was a paper plate. A paper plate.
Mm.
And that's a disgrace. I mean, you left the restaurant because the plate wasn't warm enough.
You're looking for
And
China.
John
yeah.
decides to serve it on, a dead tree. Dom,
Oh, you're not happy.
No, I'm happy because I liked it, but I'd liked it fresh from his cooker. 7.5.
That's quite critical.
Was it?
Well, you're known as the charitable scorer out of the two of us, and that was quite critical.
Well, pasta can be difficult.
I'm going to
It's a
say,
tough- it's a
given
tough
the
dish.
limitations of what John had to deal with today,
Well, I
cooking
did-
and then bringing it in.
I didn't
and-
know we were taking that into account.
I always do.
Carry on.
I'm going to give it a solid 8.
Well, that's quite good.
That's good.
Brent?
That's good. Yeah, I when I had my first bite, I was going to ask if it was chicken because it didn't taste like beef.
Mm-hmm.
But now he said it's beyond. That makes so much sense.
Beyond me.
I typically would do kind of a looser sauce so that it's a little more liquidy. But
Take notes, John.
you're a podcast producer
Yeah.
that was forced to make a dish of pasta.
Mm.
Yeah.
So I got to be a little critical, but also give you the benefit of the doubt.
Lovely.
And I do like the noodles. Actually, I prefer mine al dente like this.
Well, there you go.
It's got a nice
Nailed
bite to the noodles.
The springiness.
I like the size of the carrots. Sometimes
Right.
carrots can be overwhelming,
They can be,
and
yeah.
then your whole
Oh,
dish
God.
tastes like carrot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Too much.
John, I'm gonna give this a 7.3.
Lovely.
Well, that's.
I'm
I
gonna give it
think
a
that's all right,
7.3.
John.
Coming
That's-
from an
that's
Italian.
from a legit Italian.
Yeah.
That
and
does mean a lot.
one that doesn't take any shit.
Yeah. I always enjoy a little bit of fresh grated cheese on top of my bolognese, which we didn't have today, and that's okay.
I can't believe he left
fresh
that out.
Parmigiano,
But
That's okay. Now, the second category, William,
is aesthetics. How does it look?
or how did it look? 'Cause
How
that cleared
did it
my
look when
plate.
you
Sure.
got it? When you looked at it, did you say that is pleasing to the eye, or did you just ignore it? Dom, give us a score.
Well, this is where I'm going to slightly demote John, although I enjoy him as a human. I agree with you guys. I'd like a little bit more of a tomatoey, saucy thing, almost as if it's drowning a little bit. A shallow drown
Shallow
in the
drown.
sauce. So I'll give him a 6.
6 for aesthetics there. Now, as I say, Dom, a plastic, paper plate straight away.
No,
That
because
is a
you're quite highfalutin.
I mean, we're not in a picnic, are we? We're not in a park.
No, we're not Philistines.
And then the amount of pasta I got was good, but I'd like it to be exactly in the centre of the plate
Oh God, John, are you taking notes?
and piled up slightly, like a shallow volcano.
Right. And the,
The
lava
sauce-
coming out the top is maybe the cheese.
No, like the sauce would be the
Sauce
lava,
Sure.
and then a mere sprinkling, almost like after a volcano has went off, the dust that
Yeah,
settles.
the
Starts to
volcanic
settle.
dust.
Nice.
What about a
Whereas-
fresh sprig of basil, or as you
Autumn.
might say, basil?
Basil. But it felt as if John had he aesthetically didn't care what it looked like.
You're angry with John today. Is there something else going on? Have you guys had a fight?
He threw it in my plate like it was a dirty protest.
Oh, score it then. Give him a critique.
I really can only give it a 6.2.
Oh, it's damning.
What did you
See,
think?
I'm picky when it comes to presentation, John. So
God.
don't take this.
John.
Oh God,
Don't
John, you're
take
in
this
trouble.
personal, you know.
Well,
but
he
I
will,
felt
he
like
will.
when I was handed this plate of
Yeah.
pasta, I felt like I was being handed a plate of pasta at a family reunion by an aunt who never really liked me.
Yeah,
You know?
it almost
Eat
like
that,
he was slightly
know?
angry.
Yeah,
with
it was
you.
like, oh, I got caught sneaking out to light off fireworks
Yeah.
with my friend last night, and my mom told my aunt, and my aunt doesn't like me for it because I'm getting my cousin involved in my shenanigans.
but she still has to.
But she
feed
has
you.
to feed me at the
Yeah.
family reunion.
Yeah.
So as she feeds me, she hands me the plate, and when she takes away her hand, she forms a middle finger.
Yeah.
But it's very subtle, so
I can
that she
see
can
that.
kind of play it off as if she didn't do that. That's what this plate of food felt like to
John.
me, John.
I can understand
John,
That's
this
what
is
it
a
felt like to me,
guest.
John. I gotta be honest.
He's offended.
I was
I'm surprised
I
you
was
didn't walk
appalled
out,
at the
Brent.
presentation. I was going to,
Yeah.
but then I thought, maybe we can make up for it at some point.
He was appalled.
that.
I'd say presentation wise, I'd it was on the plate. I'll give you that.
It
There you
was.
go.
It didn't
It
fall
was
off.
it was on the plate.
Although
Yeah.
it was a paper plate, as I have
Yeah.
mentioned.
You did mention that. Yeah, it's become a bit of an albatross. That.
I'd give it, 4.5.
Oh gosh, John.
Oh,
for
John.
plating. Plating,
You
plating
went
was
sub
rough.
5, John. You went sub 5.
I don't
Plating
know if
was
you
rough.
can.
I
I
didn't
love you,
know I
John.
had to worry about presentation. You really set the bar
I
here.
didn't either
I'm
until,
sorry.
New
until
thing
I
I'm gonna
had
have
to
to worry
think.
about
Sorry about
John,
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw
how
John's
long have you
face
been
when
the
that-
producer of the Friendship Onion? That's over a year, I would think, isn't it?
At least.
And you didn't think presentation was you had to worry about it, whereas it's always scored. Every week we score presentation, John.
Well, I didn't think the plate was part of that. I thought it was just the pasta alone. Just one single noodle you would hold up and say,
Yeah.
"Oh, that
Yeah.
was puree."
I thought your choice of noodle was good, though.
I thought I
choice
liked the
of
choice.
noodles,
Is that
great,
like
yeah.
a thick penne of
What would you call that, John?
Rigatoni, right?
Rigatoni.
That was rigatoni.
Yeah, I thought.
I don't know if you guys saw, but when Brent gave that score, I was looking directly into John's eyes, and he smarted as if someone had stood on his toe. He went, "Oh," like that.
John, I love you, bud.
Yeah.
I tell you what, though, John made hot sauce once.
it
Oh,
was
yeah?
Majestic.
With, like from scratch from Chili's, and I tell you, Brent,
Yeah.
it would change your life.
Really?
It was
yeah.
wonderful.
And a couple of weeks ago, there we had the hottest pepper in the world. We had that on,
Carolina
and we
Reaper.
ate it.
And you ate it?
Yeah,
Did you eat it raw?
yeah.
Oh my God.
It was
Yeah.
painful, and I got a stomach cramp. I
Yeah.
thought I was going to shit myself, if I'm honest, Brent,
Mhm.
but I didn't. But John now has those, and he's going to make a sauce from it. I mean, a
A hot sauce?
hot sauce.
Oh my
So
God.
we'll let you try that because he's
I would love
amazing.
to. What do you-
You're amazing at doing that, John.
Yeah.
Did you follow that up with milk?
No, we didn't follow it up with anything, did we?
Oh
we
my
just
God.
raw dogged it.
Yeah,
You raw
Oh,
dogged
wait,
the
did you have
pepper?
milk?
I had milk. Yeah.
Billy's a little bit more sensitive than me, so
Yeah,
he had
that's
some
true.
milk
Needed
and a lie
protection.
down.
That's
So
fair.
here's the last thing that we score.
Which
and
is Billy's category that he made up himself.
Uh-huh.
It's usefulness. How useful is this food?
I know, Brent, you're thinking the same thing as most guests, which is, what the f*** does
Yeah,
that
that
mean?
was the expression.
Well, say,
Yeah.
say for instance, we take John's hot sauce.
Yeah.
That is useful.
Oh, yeah.
You've got that in the cupboard. It doesn't matter. Like this morning when I had eggs with no salt,
Yeah.
it wouldn't matter because I put some of that hot sauce on. It'd be some of the best eggs you've ever tasted.
But you didn't follow the
Absolutely.
Gordon Ramsay method, did you?
No, I didn't.
No,
It's
so-
too slow.
Yeah, that's good.
It's not really worth it.
It's definitely worth it, but go on.
But, or say for instance, we had, have you ever heard of jardinera?
No, what is that?
Oh, Brent.
Oh,
what is this? What is that?
Brent,
What is
we're
that?
about
It's
to
a
rock your
Chicago.
socks.
I would say a Chicago condiment, John. Would that be
Really?
correct?
Is it like a
Italian
relish?
families.
It's-
It is. It's like a relish, and it's got.
Don't know if
chilies.
relish would be correct.
It's not
there,
a
to be honest.
relish in
It's not
any
a relish.
way.
It's
but
a selection
it's
of chopped up vegetables,
made
Uh-huh.
into a relish.
not a relish.
Not a relish.
In,
Not a relish?
In
In-
oil and
Incandescent.
hot chili, so everything becomes hot.
Oh my God.
And
See if you put that on a pizza.
oh,
That sounds incredible.
Oh, you
It's-
put it with eggs.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That is a
scrambled eggs,
useful
Gordon
thing.
Ramsay method.
Marmite.
Marmite.
Have you ever had Marmite?
I've had Marmite.
Oh, lovely
Yeah,
stuff.
I
He gave
visited
that
New Zealand. I had
10
Marmite.
for usefulness.
10. Although
Sure.
the New Zealand Marmite is like horse's piss. But that's fine. It's the English one you want.
how
useful
useful
is it?
Is,
A bolognese?
Bolognese.
See, I think a bolognese is incredibly useful in some instances, but it's not very productive to start incorporating into your daily
yeah,
life.
it's not
'cause
very
it takes
versatile,
hours.
is
Yeah,
it?
yeah, because you need a minimum of 2 hours if you really want to make it right. 'Cause you got to let it sit. You got to let it reduce.
Nice glass of wine.
It's an
Lovely glass of red.
absolute go-to if you're gonna have a party.
Oh, yeah,
Or
yeah.
people
May I
over for dinner.
suggest a bottle of
100%.
vibe
Bottle of vibe on
while,
the side.
while you're making it?
Absolutely. You kill a bottle of vibe. You think about all the things in your life that are going well. You're having a great time.
But
Hey.
once it's made
Yeah.
and it's there, it's in the fridge, right? And you've ate it.
I
Then
see
you
what you're
don't-
saying.
You,
I see. Yeah.
Is it useful?
Well,
What
can I
you do?
throw something
Yeah.
out there as a kid?
Can I put
that-
an egg on it?
Right. I'm going to throw something out there as a kid, a different way of enjoying bolognese, which when I was younger was incredible.
What do you hear this?
Mhm.
Bolognese pizza.
What do you think of that?
So you use the bolognese sauce as the tomato sauce base, little cheese on top.
Oh, my
it's
God.
incredible.
And then the cheese on the
Yeah.
sauce.
it's a
unbelievable.
really fantastic pizza.
And could you buy
Absolutely.
that from stores in Manchester?
No, I lived in Germany as a kid, and they had it quite often in German Italian restaurants.
Das
Mm-hmm.
ist gut.
Das ist good.
Wunderbar.
Sehr schön. Yeah. So how you? It's not the most.
It's not the most
versatile.
versatile. I eat it just straight up, even without pasta sometimes. 'Cause
Oh,
it's
you
so
just-
good. I'll just
right.
eat it like chili.
Mm.
I'll heat it up in a pan the day after, and I'll eat it like chili.
Well, there you go.
I think we have to give it some points for, like you said, a house party,
House party,
wedding,
10 out of 10.
event,
Event.
gala.
10 out of 10. If you're having people over, 10 out of 10.
People are normally going to like it, right?
Yeah. Daily usefulness, yeah, 6.
Is yours
Five,
a really good
6.
bolognese? Is yours like a top bolognese?
It's incredible. Yeah, mine's
Is it?
pretty good. Yeah.
I'm
Mine's
gonna
pretty good.
probably
But
do the same. I think
Yeah.
I'm giving it a 6.
as far as
Yeah.
versatility goes, because there's really only a couple places you could use it, but in those places it's a 10
Yeah,
for sure.
And you can't put it in your pocket.
not
With
really.
dog-
You could.
Mm.
Depends on what you're wearing, where you're going,
Yeah.
who you're with.
I like to think about, can you tour it around and take it halftime at a football game and hand it out to the team? And I
Right.
don't think bolognese is great for that.
No, like you don't want to bring it to a party in a little baggie
No.
instead of drugs,
it's
and then
just-
offer
it's-
somebody a little piece of your
It's not
bolognese on
gonna
the tongue.
work, is it?
It is
Yeah.
what it is, right?
Yeah,
Right.
It's a
I'm
6
going to
for
get.
me.
It's a 5.2.
yeah,
Is it a 6
that
for
makes
you,
sense.
Brent?
Yeah, it's about 6.
Well, that was bolognese, guys. I think we've done it. Brent, it's been fantastic having you on. How do people
Appreciate you guys.
see it? What you guys, what you are up to online? How do people do
Yeah,
that?
man. It's Brent Pella, Pella. You could type that into YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. Find all the videos, watch all the things.
Funny stuff. Very
Funny,
funny.
Live
stuff.
shows are brentpella.com/shows. I'm on tour all the time.
Hey, you
Check it
guys,
out.
check
Very
it out.
funny stuff.
It's been lovely having you
Cool.
on. Thanks for the bolognese
Really great.
suggestion.
Absolutely. Thanks for enjoying the vibe, dude. I appreciate
Yeah,
you
Yeah,
I
guys.
hope
that
the
wine
white
is
wine goes well. It's
fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
really good. It's really good.
Good. I'm glad, man. Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
Billy,
dude.
I look
Yeah, it's
forward to you sending me a very steamy photo later on of you in the bath, having finished off that glass of that bottle.
I'm going to chill it right down when I go home while I draw a bath.
fun. Draw
Do you
the
know?
bath.
I love that. You draw a bath.
Draw a bath.
It's good, doesn't it?
Draw it out.
Draw it out.
I love a bath.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Love it.
Thank you very much.
Thanks
Appreciate
for
you, boys.
coming on.
Hell yeah.
Guys, we'll see you next week on The Friendship Onion.
Don't forget to send emails. Speakpipe.com/The Friendship Onion.
Yeah, and anything else that you need to know, you can find out in the show notes below. And we'll see you next week.
See you next week.
Toodles.
Bye.
Harmonize with me and hold me tight all through the night. You're shining bright. I'm your oyster, baby. You're my pearl.